Hello fellow crafters and welcome to maxdmcrafting. Prepare yourself for an epic journey! Guys, this is a very entertaining video. It's quite long, so take your seat, relax, take a beer, take some coffee, drink something, eat something, and enjoy this long tutorial. It's not a tutorial, it's more a project showcase. I created a modular hill for, my top hill manor. This is a very important place for my party. Actually, it was an ancient lighthouse that some crazy scientist, alchemist slash wizard slash crazy man turned into a manor. So it was very important to have a beautiful environment that recalls some, lighthouse architecture, but also a weird manor, a weird house. The hill actually is the main part of the project. The house was very quick to make. I used some precasted resin pieces and some of the techniques that I'm using constantly in my video. So yeah. At the end, it is a funny journey through this little big project. I hope you will enjoy. If you want, please consider to support my work, my channel through Patreon. Also, PayPal. They are amazing ways to support me and this channel and help me continue to do this video for you guys. Another great way to support this channel is through the affiliated links from Amazon. If you buy through those links, you will help me with a little percentage to grow and do better and better. No additive cost for you guys. But now, let's build together. Enjoy! So I start every single project with preparing my pieces. I needed something that was a little building, okay, around 4 inches square at the base. And then also I prepared the pieces for the hill. This is the classic way, guys. Basically, you prepare some random shapes of foam. This is around 2 inches foam. Then I cut them in pieces so you can have a more interesting shape. Like that, Then you just mix the puzzle. So you put the pieces in a way that they are not, perfectly aligned. And this is the classic way. Basically, you can add some texture and your hill is already done. I inserted some kebab sticks for reinforcement during the, drying process, as you can see. The stair was a little challenge. I like to do these round stairs in this way. I prepare a lot of steps, as you can see. They are in scale for 28 millimeters. And with the PVA glue, you have the advantage to add some time for move in a spiral the pieces like that, you see? And basically I was building 5-6 steps at a time, putting them together around the hill. With the help of some pins, I just fix everything. This was quite a challenge, guys. It was not so easy. It took me a lot of time. I think more than 1 hour to get the right position, the right angle of the stair. In this way, the staircase seems to be, part of the hill, not just something that is attached to it. Also some kebab sticks for sustain during the drying time. And after the dry time, I just take my arch cutter and I give a round shape on the external side of all the stair. This was very satisfying because at the end you see that your piece is complete. And it was quite good, quite nice. you see at the base that like peninsula that I create. Later on I decided to remove that because it was not necessary for the final aesthetic of the project. The arch cutter was my first tool, and always it is essential. Bark time. You see, I'm cutting the bark with my X-Acto knife, with my knife, but actually if you have a kitchen knife it's better. Check out the Bard channel, Bard Craft channel, or Eric's workshop. They are great, and actually you can shape also the bark later on. Here I'm shaping the bark because I need to, like a puzzle, I'm fitting all the pieces in the right position with the hot glue. So basically all the work that I've done before just with the foam was useless, because during the process I decided that the bark was actually a better looking surface and texture for this rocky hill. At the end, this is the result. I was very pleased by the result. And now with some air dry clay, this is dust. It's very common and you can find it in the supermarket and stuff like that. I'm pushing it in the holes and just to blend corners and in natural cuttings. When you need to fix it in some smooth surface, I'm using PVA glue. This will dry and will help the air dry clay to attach. You can just wet your fingers and it's very easy to put it together and shape it. Then, since the bark has a wonderful texture, I tried to camouflage the same texture with my sculpting tools. Then I decided that the best way was take another piece of bark and use the same texture for make the texture like that. This was very easy, much better results, and very fast also. Then also I blend the stair with the rocks, with the bark, so everything was like one piece of rocks. You see? In some point I decided to engrave deeper lines. Every single millimeter of this clay was sculpted. See? Then, with my hot cutter, I engraved some cracks, some, bricks on the stair. Just for add more texture, I complete the work with the aluminum foil technique, as usual. At this point, everything was very solid, so it was very easy to finish it. And this is the final result. Pretty neat. I decided to use many, resin casted pieces that I have in my drawer. And from now on, I'm building the palace, the manor. And as you can see, guys, I was without any plans, without any project. And I was just proceeding with my technique. I alternate pieces of wood for sustain timbers like that. Then I cut, I put, you see, very fast. I'm not taking, time for doubts. With the foam, it's very easy to correct if you do some mistakes. So don't worry, you just proceed and cut and do and go. I knew it that this manor needed a tower, so I'm using this paper roll as a sustain for the tower, also as template. So I needed to put them together because they are very short, so I add some foam inside here. This is a technique that allows you to have more surface for attach the upper piece. You see? Now I put another piece of foam inside the other one, so I have a better surface for glue them together. You see, foam is very flexible, so it's very easy to bend it and use it as, reinforcement, like that. Very easy. With the front door, you have a classic example in which I'm just, attaching pieces and deciding later if they are correct or not. You see, I'm preparing some steps here, but not thinking too much. I'm just building and running and going and never stopping. I never stop my crafting, process. Wisps. I hate wisps. As you can see, I'm just preparing the place for the door. So engraving and cutting without a plan, just having in mind that I want a door there. So I need a space for my door. And that's it. Hot glue. Front door is done. Then for the basement, I'm using, individual bricks. Those are great when you need a beautiful effect on your walls because they have different dimensions, depth. So the final effect is always the best with individual bricks. Just they need a little bit more effort and time. They are time consuming actually. For the upper part you will not see it because accidentally my camera was stopping at some point. But for the upper part I'm using instead some brick that I draw with my usual drawing bricks technique. You can check it on my tutorial number 4 or later on in other my videos. As you can see here, I'm correcting and I'm putting more bricks and more timbers, larger than in the beginning. You see? Just needed more thickness, more space for a timber, just obtaining the space, glue, and let's go on. Don't stop me now. You can't stop me when I'm crafting, guys. When you use hot glue, you need also to be quite fast. So I'm proceeding like 4 or 5 centimeters at a time, not more. And this is another interesting technique. All the rest, guys, as you can see, the same technique that I'm using for all my houses, so check it out. I have a beautiful video how to craft and a fantasy house. But this technique is fantastic for creating very, very rapid time, very, very fast towers. So using the elastic property of the foam, you are alternating strips of bricks pre-made with the texture and everything you need on the bricks. In this way, strip by strip, you arrive very quickly at the end of the tower. Here and there, you just place some individual brick for give some personality and dynamism to the wall. But in this way, you will have a tower in minutes. Also, if you have strips of different thickness, it's better, because at the end the irregularity of the piece will be, more realistic on the final product. Then I decided that I needed more high for this tower, so I added another couple of reinforcement, the foam reinforcement inside, hot glue, and this tower reached the 3rd floor, like that. I prepared the lid, drawing some, stone floor and a hatch. Creating now the wood grain for the entrance, hot glue, and in this way we reach the top. Then I finished the tower with some other bricks and more big bricks on the top, as you can see here. Little balcony. This balcony is not so sophisticated, just wood panels created very quickly, and I placed them for complete the balcony. Not very fancy, not very sophisticated, just go and create the balcony. And I just wanted to have a couple of reinforcements for the corner. So these 2 pieces, actually, they give a lot of personality to this balcony. And that's it, the balcony is done. Also, I missed the construction of this piece. As you can see, there is a little telescope from a dwarven army that I have from Fantasy Warhammer. And this dome actually is half of a Christmas plastic bowl. That's it. Not very complicated, guys, very, very simple. And as you can see, I added a lot of resin casted pieces. Now, for priming everything, I'm using my usual technique of Mod Podge. As you can see, this is a Mod Podge, acrylic black paint, as usual. It's 30% Mod Podge, 30% acrylic black paint. A large quantity of water, and this time I'm using the hypochlorite because in the bark you can have mold, and they can reach after several months here, but they at the end eventually the mold can reach the surface, so it's better to treat it with some hypochlorite. It's something that we must remember. Just a little quantity, and everything is perfectly protected. And I'm basically using the same mixture also for the manor. This will help also to protect this piece that will be very, very used in my adventures. The chimney is done with the little pin in the extremity, in the end, in the edge. And this time I did it on purpose, guys. I just wanted to have the less surface possible for shingles. So I have just these two little, pieces of roof on the top of the main door. And so this time shingles time was very, very fast. Couple of coffee stirrers. And as you can see, it's quite complicated. It's not so easy to place them in the right position, but this is all this pain is worth it, because at the end, in my opinion, these coffee stirrers give you the best looking roofs that you can make with individual, pieces. And basically that's it. As you can see on the resin pieces, this Mod Podge and stuff is not attaching very, very well. So usually after the first coating, I finish all it with the proper primer. This is a Vallejo black primer that I'm using actually all over the pieces that are in resin. This will attach and give a perfect surface for the painting process. Also on the shingles. And another difficult part to paint without the primer is actually the dome, because it's just plastic. Also plastic is very hard. Then I bring outside my hill and I start to priming it with some ground brown. And we are ready for the painting process. Okay guys, this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe this channel and hit the like button if you like this video. More has to come, so stay tuned, okay? Till next time, take care.